Double bro fists to you all, as it has been an awesome week of crashing and smashing and testing, playing so many games, so many MMOs. XCOM was there, and I murdered so many soldiers, as requested by a wonderful live audience. You can see them here, who actually made it their mission to disrupt Project MMO in as many ways as they possibly can, by forcing upon us the completion of Final Fantasy VIII and the dipping into XCOM 2. Which kicked my ass. That was a learning curve. But we got better. We got stronger. And then on top of that, we jumped into the PTR for World of Warcraft. We've been playing 10.07. We're going to be playing 10.1. We got a sneaky interview with Blizzard. We had an interview with WeakAuras that you guys are going to see soon. The people behind the curtain at WeakAuras. And then we jumped into the brand new FF14 patch. And it's Deeper Dungeon. The first time I've jumped into a Deeper Dungeon properly and learnt it and soloing it, and we've made it to floor 21. It's where we're up to after a full day's play of failure after failure, learning after learning, and knowledge acquirement, and all those things. Floor 21. Solo! Rah! Feeling strong. My Black Mage got its ass kicked, but, you know, it's one of those things that happens. We went deep, and we'll go deeper, I feel. We will go deeper. We will go there. XCOM 2 will be back. Don't worry, it will be back, probably on Monday. FF8 is complete. That madness, that heroin, cocaine-fueled nightmare has come to an end. And we can all breathe a sigh of relief at proper storytelling, can't we? We can, as we also have to get back to Guild Wars 2. Elden Ring can wait. There's a DLC coming and all those kind of things. Everything else can wait. There's a whole shabazz of video games that are just amazing, wonderful experiences to sharing together, and we'll get there. We shall get there. We shall get there. As the snow pours. Actually, it's really warm now. Our entire home, we had a snow day. The kids were off school because snow had closed the schools, and Emma had to cancel her trip. And now it is sun blazing. There's not a sign of snow. Everything is good. So I think the trip is back on and all that kind of stuff. We'll get there. Slowly but surely. We'll get there. Look, I've just been to the doctors. I've had blood tests done. I'm good. I'm 100%. All my vitamin levels, my bones are good. I'm healthy. I'm a healthy boy. I'm all right. So we've got plenty of time. We got plenty of time to be around. That's not why you're here right now, is it, ladies and gentlemen? You're here to drink in the interesting world that is online gaming, behind the scenes, the people behind the keyboards. What are they really thinking when they fuck you over? What are they really thinking when they type that message to you? What is going on in their brains? Well, that's what we find out. That's what we find out here in Drama Time. And you guys send in your stories from around the world of weird and wonderful things that have happened to you while you've been on the MMO journey, from relationships falling apart, guilds that have been crumbled into second pieces all over the floor, and everything in between. Weird ERP, strange people doing strange things. We look for all of them. They can be from any game. We enjoy sharing in those tales of online mystery on the World Wide Web. And the one we're going to start with today is from our wonderful Final Fantasy XIV. Looks like no name required. So we'll leave Onion Friend in, because Onion Friend is our friend. He's a superhero. Tales of F. F in the chat, it looks like. Tales of F and failure. Tales of F and failure. And the note that Bex has given me here. Actually, I've got a slight update. For those of you who were here for Drama Time last week, or have caught up with it on YouTube, or on Spotify, or on Apple Music, or Google Play, whatever it is you listen to it on, you'll recall we had the update from our blacksmith. And we requested a video of how this MacGyvered kiln/forge worked that involved a bucket from IKEA, a fire extinguisher, and a vacuum cleaner, something like that, to build the forge. Unfortunately, we cannot be provided a video. We have a message, though. She melted. Shockingly, the bucket seems to have melted. A leaf blower, that's what it was. Shockingly, it melted. The IKEA bucket melted. So the message from Bex says here. Also, there'll be no video of the homemade kiln and furnace today, because she's melted a hole in the homemade steel crucible / bucket. It's crucible / bucket is what it is. She has asked if she should just melt shit in it anyway for a video. I have told her, no, please do not do that. Do not blow up your kitchen for our sake. Now, I don't think you have the authority to speak on our behalf there, Bex. Because TikTok exists, and it's full of those kind of videos. I think you overstepped your bounds there, Bex, in terms of content denial, is what we'll call that. Content denial, right? Are we magic, Bex? Yeah, exactly. As Isaac says, do not assume what we want to see. Because, I mean, if it's got a hole in it, though, you probably shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't do that. So that's the update we have on the homemade blacksmithing kit that's happening. All right. But the note on this tale that I'm about to weave you here, this story, this journey we're about to go on, is it's a tale of how FF taught him to hate. Which seems impossible. I don't understand how that could ever happen. I don't understand how that could ever happen. Hello! Hello to you all, Mike, and your Welsh sidekick. I'm a long-time Dutchy viewer. Ah, well, I mean, she's Dutchy now. She lives over there. Nearly half my team is based out of the Netherlands. How the fuck did that happen on a global scale, I ask you? I'm a long-time Dutch viewer. I'm a lurker. Whatever. Hey, I want to be absolutely clear, and we don't say it enough. Our lurkers are the only reason our Twitch channel works. Because if you were all spamming Rat Jam, our lurkers, those of you who have one monitor Andes or whatever it is who has us on in the background during the day, are our absolute friends. Lurkers, number one. Love our lurkers. And there's no way I could keep up with chat if all of you were talking all the time. There they are. There they are. The great unwashed lurkers of the day. Rat jamming away. They're still there. Thank you, lurkers. You're amazing. You're amazing. Whatever. Okay. This is my first time sending you a tale. So bear with my writing. That's my job to read, don't worry. Currently writing this at work when there's nothing to do, and at least it makes me look busy, so so it's a perfect thing. Okay. You've been typing furiously all day. I have. I'm very busy. You look so invested as well. It looks like you were really putting your brain to it. You were racking. You even seem to be doing research on it. It's true. It's absolutely true. Yeah, I've been really, really furiously typing all day. I play both Final Fantasy XIV, and the promises of ditching borrowed power in a dumpster and setting on fire has brought me back to World of Warcraft. You're playing 2 MMOs, you fucking animal. Pick a side. Pick a side, yeah? I don't want to see anybody coming around here playing more than one fucking game. You disgust me, right? You're supposed to pick one and fight to the death about how much better that one is, okay? Get with the program. Disgusting. I'm actually a part of Bellular's guild, but he's Irish. Why would you do that? He can't even work Zoom. You know that? Bellular can't even work Zoom. We had a Zoom call with Blizzard this week, and he couldn't figure out how to mute his fucking microphone, and he's giggling in the background like a little girl. Oh, top of the morning to you. Where's my potatoes? I'm like, Bell, show up. He's like, I can't find them anywhere. Bell, please. Right? Bit of professionalism. We're in a meeting. Yeah? And that's how it was going down. But thankfully, someone fixed it. Probably Matt fixed it for him, got him sorted up. And he's going to heal us in Dragonflight. Yep. Yep. May the gods have mercy on our souls. The story doesn't require a name. And they're mainly this, a compilation of things in Final Fantasy XIV, as the problem doesn't exist in World of Warcraft. A problem in Final Fantasy XIV that does not exist in World of Warcraft. Huh. Add-ons? Too much fun. Lalafels? True. True, it could be the Lalas. It could be the Lalas and their disgusting furniture. Oh, disgusting. Absolutely abominational. I want to preface this to the chat. Put away your gavels. I do not need any of you listening to this to know that I am guilty. And I also want you to know I am proud of my guilt. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay. Okay. Okay, he's proud of the guilt. All right. Chapter 1. Oh, God, we've got chapters. Okay. What do we even do in this game? Oh, no. Our tale begins in the wondrous world of Eorzea, during the age of a realm reborn, where a young me bears the insignia of the Sprout happily during his adventures as a dragoon. I'd finished the MSQ, got some decent gear thanks to the excellent catch-up system, and decided to look into further challenges by throwing myself at extreme trials. I began with the minstrel's ballad, Ultima's Bane. Being a good boy, I read a guide. That's not how we play Final Fantasy. That's how you play WoW. That's not how you play Final Fantasy. All right? There's a thriving non-guide community. There's at least surrounding me. Yes, we do. We all read guides. It's just me who doesn't. Being a good boy, I looked up and read a guide before I went in. Thank you, Ms. Tech. So I knew what was up. I queued up in the duty finder and entered what would later become my own personal hell. You see, when you enter an instance, it is customary to throw out a simple greeting in Final Fantasy. Hello, greetings, meowdy, are all valid. The words I saw, however, still instill fear in me and my guildies to this day. Give the chat a moment to see if they can figure out which greeting goes perfectly well with the title, and they might already be able to guess which part of the EU player base we're discussing. They do know the answer, and this is new to me. They absolutely... Okay, what's this French thing? I didn't know about this. Parlez-vous? What's going on? It is salut. What's wrong with the French? Oh no, what? They're just bad? You're literally like denouncing an entire country? They're all bad. French equals shit healers. They're really bad. I love the French. Our French viewers are going to fucking have your asses, I'm telling you. Mange too? Mange too? They're horrible? Whoa. Okay, this is new to me. Bex, I need some research on this. The hatred of the French. All right, that's a new one on me. This is like when I moved to the Ragnaros server in WoW. It was like, don't play with any of the Hungarians. The Hungarians are all terrible. And I never had any issue. We had 2 French healers die 20 times on P6 normal. Even the French don't play with the French. All the French are seeking out people from other countries to play with. Well, the word I saw, as you probably guessed, which my audience did very well. Salut! I mark this event as a fucking core memory at this point. Okay. Not once did I see that dreaded greeting. But chat, 2 people said salut. Okay. I refuse to believe everybody from France is terrible at Final Fantasy XIV. I played with a ton of French WoW players. They're fine. Okay. Double the French, double the baguettes, double the fun. At the time, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought they were your average French players. Nothing to worry about. I now tell myself, you naive fuckwit. And I remind myself of that every time I hear the word salut. Jesus Christ. This French hatred is something crazy. To explain the fight at the time, since it may have changed with the recent reworks, blessed be Yoshi P, most of the mechanics were fairly straightforward and relied mostly on personal responsibilities. Dodge AoE, don't get cleave, pump, 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 easy game, easy life. However, at one point, the boss will summon sets of green orbs. Okay. That are tethered together that will slowly move towards each other. Now, to be fair, when we did this on Extreme and Blind, we just used Tank LB for the final one. So we just didn't have to bother with it and just pop them all like in a second. If these orbs touch each other, the fight is pretty much over as the explosion will wipe the raid. Yes, we saw it many times. To deal with this, DPS must run into the orbs while the healers keep everyone alive. The orbs deal massive damage and will kill you. However, the damage is split with everyone in the explosion. Thus, the DPS must run into them as a group to make sure everyone survives. It's true. Okay. This is where the problems begin. There's also some other nasty parts of that fight, but sure. Okay. The fight goes well, my friends. Salute. The fight goes well. Everyone dodges the floor puddles, no unnecessary wipes, and then my optimistic personality kicked into gear. And I thought, I think I've joined a one-shot group. But then, of course, those green snot-gobbling orbs appeared. Knowing the fight, because I had read the guide like a good boy, I move the other DPS and begin running into the first orb. Only to be the only person to run into the orb, and immediately smear my dragoon-like face over the floor for a proper inspection. The rest of the orbs go ignored, and kaboom goes the dynamite, and our little team is on the floor for our first wipe. Now, I'm still optimistic. The guys did super well right until the orbs. This is fine. There's one thing they're not getting. This is all good. I know what we need to do. I'm going to educate them. I'm going to help out. I'm going to be the hero of this group. I am going to be the baller. The fight had gone well. Everything went okay. And this is the most notorious mechanic of the fight. So, I hit my enter key. I open that chat window. Hey guys! Dragoon here. The green orbs, yeah? DPS need to run into them together, and we'll all split up the damage together, like we're holding hands. And then we got this! Exclamation mark. Hey, you're beautiful. You're gonna make this happen for us all, alright? High fives, everybody. High fives. Everybody doing really well? Everybody in good spirits? Good shit. High fives. I got one reply. Okay. The other two DPS remained silent. I later found out why they were silent. Can they not understand any English at all? Uh-oh. Second pull! It happens again. Everything's going well. Each mechanic is fucking crisp. Crisp. The boss's health is dropping smooth. To the point where he once again somebody's greeny boys. Me and the Deeps who replied, okay. Earlier, immediately find the rest of the group. And then like fucking soldiers, we link arms in a phalanx and bravely head into the orb. I can imagine my character looking over his shoulder in slow motion and realizing that the other two DPS, just DPS, while me and some other poor fool march headlong into certain death. Sure enough, the explosion kills us both, and the Reaper scratches another 8 notches into his scythe to mark our second wipe. Okay. Let's stay calm. 2 wipes, an extreme, pug group. Alright. So, the 2 guys who obviously hadn't heard the message, I decided to call them out by name to make sure they understand what the hell's going on. Hey guys! Me again. Dragoon. When those orbs spawn, we need to, like, make a group, yeah? And run into them together to split that damage. Is that okay? Question mark. 0 response. I can go through the rest of the tale, but I think you get the gist of it. We wipe 7 more times. Simply because the 2 DPS are not running into the orbs. Even though they've seen us do it now. 9 times. 9 times we've run into the orbs. So they're not running into the orbs, and I've asked them, told them. Nowadays, I would simply call them out and initiate a vote kick, or leave the group. But at the time, I was still under the belief that Final Fantasy XIV is a friendly community. That there's no toxicity here. And with my World of Warcraft background, was I to be the one to poison the precious clear waters that is the Final Fantasy XIV community? No! No. I will not be that one to bring that terrible, terrible oil to their pure crystal waters. Finally, for the first time in 9 wipes, one of our 2 fellow DPS adventurers used their keyboard. He managed to pull it out of his ass and type the following words that to this day make my fucking blood boil. Qu'est-ce que nous devons faire? Question mark. So I reply question mark. Qu'est-ce que nous devons faire? To Google Translate. I copy and paste it exactly. To which it tells me, what do we have to do? Question mark. Okay. So a little backstory on myself. I'm a Dutchie. I was born and raised in that Belgium. Belgium is two countries pretending to be a friend. Do we agree, Belgians? Do we agree, Belgians? Two countries pretending to be friends. Flanders and Walloons. That sounds incredibly Australian. That sounds super Australian. Flanders and Walloons. I live in Flanders, where we speak Dutch, or rather guttural dialect noises that might have started as Dutch and then change every distance you can throw a rock. That sounds about right. And Walloons is the French-speaking part. Because our country is considered bilingual, Flemish boys and girls at the age of 10 are forced with their heads into French books so they can learn to understand their Walloonian countrymen. Okay, bit of cultural education. I tell you what, it's Preach Gaming not delivering for you. You know what I mean? You came here for a bit of a laugh, bit of a smile, walk away with a bit of knowledge. Yeah? 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 Take that. Take it. As somebody who already despised education in general, I'm being a little shit that questions everything. I once asked the teacher if Wallonian kids had to learn Dutch at our age. I was told no, because the French don't want to learn Dutch. Well, vive la France. No, they don't do it. We learn their language so we can be friendly. They don't learn our language because they don't give a fuck. They just don't care. From that point onward, I despised every moment I've spent in French class due to the sheer unfairness of this ridiculous system, and the seed of my resentment to all things speaking French had been planted. If you've ever been to France, you could quickly pick up that many people despise everything not French. Okay, I have been to France once on my way to Belgium. I drove through France to go to Belgium. I can confirm I stopped at one place in France and they fucking notably hated me. And I didn't know why. It was like traveling through Glasgow as an Englishman. It was pretty bad. Yeah, they were like, what do you want? Like, pretty much. Yeah, it was, but I was only in France for like an hour. I drove through France and got out of there pretty quickly. They hate all English words and people. We're talking about the Scots. Oh, we're talking about the French. One of the two. They have 1,000 years of war. Not so strange. I didn't go to war with France. You can't claim a war from 1,000 years ago. Well, look who's here. I wasn't at war with you. What the fuck are you talking about? That's 1,000 years ago, dude. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. Okay. To the point where even suggesting to borrow a word from another language instead of coming up with it in purely French is considered heresy and will probably result in a one-on-one date with a guillotine while there's riots in the streets of Paris. We've got a lot of people who lived in Paris for a while. Zoe lived in Paris for a while. Did they hate you? Can anybody confirm? Anybody who's non-French living in France? Do they hate you? Is that a thing? Yeah, she doesn't now. She doesn't now, but she did. It was me, my fault? Parisians are a whole different story. Okay, Parisians are very different. All right, to take us back out of Europe and back to Eorzea then. Due to my simple education in French without consent, I tapped into my brain and I became perfectly capable of explaining to these two Muppets in baguette speech. See, that probably doesn't help. I didn't ad-lib that. It says here baguette speech. All right, French viewers. I know you're getting a lot of shit today, and I know you're here. Just understand, I didn't write this story. It's not me. I like the French. I'm fine. What they were supposed to do. But I was so absolutely done with this fight that I opted to vote to abandon it instead. These two had wasted the time of 6 people due to their inability to learn English. I mean, I agree. If you got to play video games, you should learn English. It's the way it is, man. It's the way it is. I didn't choose it. We didn't choose it. As community, we didn't choose it. But, like, that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. You know what I mean? That's the way it's going to be. The universal gaming language is English. That's the way it is. And I was not going to condone speaking French. I cannot condone speaking French. I cannot allow this to happen. I will not tolerate speaking French. From that day onward, whenever I notice a terrible player, my mouse cursor immediately clicks their name and checks if their profile has that accursed mark called F highlighted and underlined. Wait. Does your profile tell you what country somebody comes from? No way. Is that a thing? The client language? I've never seen that. We'll have to check that next time we're playing FF. I've never seen that before. Wow. That's wacky. Now, some of you who are maybe nicer than me in the chat might describe this as discrimination. Again, to our French viewers, I did not write this, okay? But I would argue that discrimination is only possible against people of certain origins, and the French are not people. You had one bad pug. You had one bad pug. One bad pug led to all this. One bad pug. You don't think you went a little too far? One bad pug. That's all you had. True. Says the American. Of course the American's on board with it. Yeah! Hell yeah, brother! Right there with you, brother. Right there with you. The Americans are all in. Ooh, ooh, ooh. America fucking loves it. Unbelievable. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mike, whatever disdain you may feel towards the Welsh, I don't really. Everybody recognizes that, besides the guy who joins the stream for 1 second and goes, Jesus Christ, and leaves. That guy. But the regular viewers know I don't hate the Welsh. Fuck, I employ a Welsh person. What are you talking about? Thank you, Bex, for marking me as a dickhead on the website. X? What does that mean? Thank you, Bex, for marking me as a dickhead on the website. Are you tagging people on the website, Bex? What are you doing? Are you tagging people? He's not marked as a dickhead. It's just what it says here, and you've read this story. You know I'm not making that up. I will wear that badge with honor. Our guild feels 100-fold towards the French. It's become a meme at this point among the EU community. Apparently. Apparently so. With people urging others to stay the hell away from certain servers, in particular Moogle, as it is referred to as the unofficial French server. They took over the Moogles? They claimed Moogle dominance? I mean, we should take that back, right? Should we not go to war? Tom plays on Moogle? What a dick. It even spawned some banter among the meme smiths, which I'll just leave here. Okay. Alright, for our audio listeners, the Final Fantasy XIV official Twitter asked, tell us your main job without telling us your main job. And one of the replies was, people don't want to raid with me, to which the immediate reply was, I didn't know French was a job. So Final Fantasy XIV replied, hey, I'm also checking what's going on there, you know, with a little baguette sign. To which they got a reply, silence France with laser crab. And then a debuff that says plus French. This is the first time hearing about this. I've been playing FF14 for over a year now. And this is the first time I'm hearing of this French shit. What the hell? Damage down plus French. Okay. This isn't an FF thing. I've never heard about this in World of Warcraft. Never. Never. Anyway, chapter 2. Is this? Oh god, is this more French hate? I don't know if I could do a full-on fucking story of French hate. Chapter 2. Fast forward us then to Heavensward. My favourite expansion pack when it comes to gameplay, despite the bloatiness of buttons and, of course, that sweet, sweet MSQ story. Though I do prefer Shadowbringers in that regard. High fives, brother. We ended the Dragonsong War, and the old minstrel wants to write yet another song for us about our heroic battle against Nidhogg. In other less floral words, your boy is stepping into Nidhogg Extreme. Great fight. Great fight. I think we killed it surprisingly quickly. The meteor thing at the end, we died to a couple of times. It has been a few years at this point, obviously, and I've gotten used to my opening my parser app alongside my client. Well. Yeah. I do not fear the banhammer. For I declare to you now, loud and proud, I am a responsible user of damage meters. Are you now? Are you now? Rule 1 of the Parser Club. Never tell anyone you're in the Parser Club. Just told us. Well, it is an anonymous story, so there you go. Instead of queuing up through the Duty Finder, this time I used Party Finder to enter Nidhogg's trial, and quickly the group filled up nicely with all the roles we needed. A quick ready check from the leader confirmed everyone was good to go, and off we go. For those who don't know, the Nidhogg fight, his first phase is pretty straightforward. Few mechanics, you just need to dodge, nothing fancy. Once pushed past a certain threshold, he disappears and spawns 3 ads while a meter fills up. Objective is simple, kill the ads before the meter fills up. Long story short, we couldn't make the DPS check. Long story shorter, the damage meter told me why. Oh, you are just about to fucking piss off the FF community so hard. Ah, please tell me you didn't blast someone for the damage meter. It's the French. It's probably the French. There's no way. There's no way. Okay. A little purple bar at the bottom of the meter representing our group's Black Mage had been performing worse than our 2 healers. And as you know at this point, anything sus gets hit with the language inspection. And there, of course, it fucking was. A French Black Mage. Jesus Christ. I told you. It makes no sense that all the bad players come from France. It makes no sense. It can't be the case. This is just bias. This is all this is. This is just bias. It doesn't make sense. Advanced Combat Tracker, never heard of it, has a feature where it can break down the damage and show you exactly what spells each person has casted. Our Camembert-filled mage was what is known as a Blizzard Wizard, who was only casting Blizzard to keep that sweet mana bar nice and full. Oh my god. Ice Mage! Oh my god, you guys all know about this? You guys, why have I never heard about it? I'm actually annoyed. I've played a Black Mage for like 12 months. No one's ever mentioned this to me. No one has ever fucking mentioned this to me in my entire life. After all, keeping up our Friendino-chan is hard. Almost as hard as learning English. You are going to get me lynched for this story. You are getting me... I am in so much danger. I'm in so much danger. You know what else is hard, Mike? My desk, it seems, as I smashed my face against it after inspecting the gear on this man. Back in Heavensward, and I believe part of Stormblood, you could meld main stat materia like Strength, Vitality, and Dex. Didn't know that either. This was pretty much useless for everyone except tanks who could meld Strength on their accessories for big dupes. The rest of the jobs couldn't meld more main stat onto their gear, as that stat was always maxed out anyway. Makes sense. But our French mage had found a way. For he, in his infinite wisdom, had melded dexterity onto all his gear. I mean... oh, come on, like, you were a born top tier, you lot. Like, you were born top tier. But you should know a mage isn't using dexterity. I might have used Agi on a warrior once for boosting crit, but Jesus fucking Christ. Our group leader wanted another few pulls, but every time we failed the DPS check with our Ice Mage Blizzard Wizard sitting at the bottom, makeup doesn't go well with my lungs, and I quickly realized I was in the presence of a massive clown. So I decided to leave the group. A shorter tale, but again, one that is deeply engraved into my memory as a cautionary one to anybody listening to this. Never, ever trust in the F. Oh, God, it keeps going. What is this? There can't be more. There's no way. Chapter 3, A Duchy in Paris. Oh, God, Bex, I hate you so much right now. This is fucking nightmare fuel. It's Halloween night, and I decided to go back to the Free Company house and watch a movie. An American Werewolf in Paris, while chatting with my co-leader. Another member logged in. A fairly recent... oh my God, did you recruit a Frenchie? A fairly recent acquisition asking us, hey guys, what are you up to? The conversation went roughly something like this. We're just watching a horror movie, An American Werewolf in Paris. Oh, I see. Do you like watching horror movies? Not really. But the appeal of this one is that I get to see French people getting bitten by werewolves. I think you might have a problem. I think you might have an issue. I think you might have an issue you need to get addressed. I really do. There's a darkness here. Oh, yeah. You have a problem. Okay. Him. ... I can't believe you would say something like that. It's disgusting. If that is what this Free Company stands for, I won't be part of it. For a moment, me and my buddy thought he was joking, but 3 seconds later, he G-quit. Before continuing our discussion of werewolf food. That's the end of the story. That's the end. That's it. I hope you enjoyed my stories and take them with a grain of salt. Of course, I don't actually hate all the French people, just the ones that play Final Fantasy. In a sweet twist of irony, my sister is dating a Frenchman and he's the sweetest guy ever. Must be because he speaks English. I've also raided with plenty of French people who spoke English, but all of them surprisingly say the same. Never do I want to raid with a French guild. I think it's supposed to be because guides are usually written in English. Oh! Yo, that kind of makes sense. A lot of my guides were translated into Russian by some guy. It was very popular on the Russian YouTube. Was my guides just redone by a Russian guy. I think a lot of those Russian people thought that I was Russian because they had my voice and stuff. They just got dubbed. Thank you for reading my little story. And if you ever find yourself inspecting the floor, just remember, check for that F. See you, Mike, Bex, and chat. Well, I would give this to you. Never reveal your true identity in the chat because they're coming for you. They're absolutely coming for you. 100%. Okay. Oh! We're on his side. I like that guy. Everything he says makes perfect sense. Oh, this is a question. Oh my God. Okay, prepare to get even more triggered. Oh, why is it so small? I don't know why that changed. I'll look at it later. But that's readable for now. Loot for me or for the team. Okay. Oh, no. All right, we got Mezzigas already. And, of course, a Scotsman, Mr. Boyer. Mezzigas and Boyer will be discussing loot. Loot for me or for the team? Oh, God. The affix. Boyer the affix. He's here. All right. Let's see how this goes. Dear Mike, team, and chat. Hello. Hello to you. I'm a long-time listener, first-time poster. I've been going back and forth with this story, but it's been playing on my mind because I think you'll get a kick out of it, and we need judgment. Well, that's what we're here to do. We can help you with judgment. We can help you do it. No problem at all. We can help you. Mikey and chat, I am 29 years of age, and the joys of working and adulting have left me with a rapidly diminishing amount of free time. No longer being as sprightly as I once was. You're 29. You're good. You're good for a while yet. I now get to game with a few more difficulty modifiers. A knee that's giving me jip if I sit too long without stretching. This, however, is cancelled out by the increased need for pee breaks. Come see, come sa. 29 is fine. Oh! Which is why I want to tell you about Guild Wars 2. We got a Guild Wars 2 story. Awesome. A game I've played on and off throughout the years. A very friendly game for those that like to work on things at their own casual pace. Given that work schedule, it's nice to have things to chip away at as and when you please without needing to commit to anything. A solo player friendly game indeed. With no monthly subscription, the game can be dropped and picked up without any issue, with only the initial gear treadmill to contend with. And once you're kitted out in the game's endgame armor ascended, either from high-level crafting, achievements, or various other means, this gear is BIS from now until the game ends. All ascended equipment is account bound, and it does feel good to be able to play alts of the same weight class, heavy, medium, or light, without worrying about gear. However, there is another. Yeah, it sounds like an ad, doesn't it? Maybe it's one of the Guild Wars 2 devs. I don't know. They were watching us when we were playing. On their cool mounts. Ooh, I can fly. No one fucking cares. No one fucking cares. Everybody can fly in that game. You stupid fucking dev. Right? I'm a streamer. You should just give me a flying mount. Right? Yeah? Got my eye on you, pal. However, there is one armor tier that is only for the dedicated. Only for those pure of heart. And only for those who are worthy. Legendary armor. This is kind of spoilers for me, but I'll allow it. If Bex has okayed it, I'll allow it. It's available from PvE, PvP, World vs. World. I have previously been nibbling through the PvE version. It offers the same stats as Ascended, requires a lengthy achievement quest from raiding, then a weekly time-gated raid currency on top. Pass. Pass. Each piece is fairly pricey to craft, but given the weekly lock nature, it's not too bad, all things considered. The armor itself looks fucking sweet and offers some minor conveniences. Being able to stat swap it freely, change its appearance anytime you're out of combat. Ascended can also do this, but at a fairly laborious rate. It's mostly for convenience and bragging rights. Okay, it's just transmog, it's not stronger. As a returning player, I do the alt shuffle, cleaning out inventory and bank slots of stuff that is now crap, trimming down the old friends list of people who haven't logged in a long time, the usual stuff when you come back to an MMO. Currently, I'm at 4 out of 6 pieces of legendary armor for my class, and checking over my bank, I'm reminded that I've already crafted and set everything needed for the remaining 2 pieces. I'm only missing the weekly time-gated currency. I'm looking at, 2 to 4 weeks to finish this goal, my friends. The hard part is done. I just need to get back into some raids. And therein lies the problem. Given my work schedule, I've gotten this far by mainly pugging it. It's not been too horrible from memory, but that precious free time waiting for the wing you need, a group that could come together to kill the boss, is pretty daunting. The old memories of the fights come back. Comfortable with most, just need to play again and get it sorted. Having been an avid watcher an avid watcher, I'm reminded of your Fresh Account series. You point out that a chill group of static members would save a lot of these time-wasting headaches. I might make some friends, and the armor will just be a natural bonus to playing together with some cool people. Okay. So, that's my plan. I begin the warm-up. I shake off the rust. I get back to the swing of things, researching what's needed for raids, the gear, the skills, all the stuff that the modern game requires. I begin pugging for now. The best place to find a raiding guild, ironically, is during raiding, and I'm happy to report my kills are pretty painless. Taking your advice to heart again has helped me. DPS in these groups is often an afterthought. Mechanics done nice and cleanly, stylishly, has gotten me a growing friends list with nice players I've met, some even offering a +1 spot if they need me during their guildie runs. Nothing concrete, of course, but perfection if I'm available. I still toy with the idea of a place to call my own, though. A home. The guilds I've been eyeballing sadly raid when I'm at work. Or they ask for experience on fights and classes that I'm not comfortable with yet. That's okay. It's not meant to be yet. Not meant to be yet. But one day I'll get there. And pugs are working out just fine. And then it happens. I spy a group raiding at a time that's well after work, just 2 nights a week. Leading a class I'm pretty happy with. We talk. Things look good. I'm invited as a +1 for the time being, and if things look good, I will be their new raider. A few teething problems to address, though. Being a solo man for so long, I need to reacquaint myself with what the kids are using these days to communicate. You're 29. I am told I need a new program that I haven't used before called Discord. I, of course, use TeamSpeak 3 and Ventrilo and don't have Discord installed. But a few minutes later, I crack it. An invite is sent. No mic needed, which works to me as I do not use a microphone. I've been through the hoops before in World of Warcraft, Ventrilo, TeamSpeak. I even raided with Skype once. I'm not going to lie, friends. The first time logging into... Why do you keep putting Discord? I need to show the chat this. He keeps referring to Discord in quotation marks. Like this. Into the Discord. The first time logging into the Discord, having never used it properly, was overwhelming. I'm not Discord, the Discord. What is the Discord? I'm greeted with multiple channels with all different names. I start at the bots and go to the A after, but not before reading Discord server rules? What the hell is all this? I take a deep breath and start reading and fumbling my way through all these paragraphs of shit. While I familiarize myself with the Discord, I hear a noise. I've come to learn that this is the Discord, letting me know that there's a new notification. I follow the notification to a channel labeled memes. Ah, now this I understand. After a quick Google, I learned that I can mute these channels so they never make noise again. That's the first thing you check. You join your first Discord server. Okay, how do I mute Discord? Okay, deal. How do I make this noise go away? This is good. There's a meme of Captain Picard face palming catches my eye, as it's in response to a member saying that they can't make the next raid night due to IRL. I wonder. If memes are occurring over raid attendance, maybe the team is struggling with attendance. That's okay, because I'm here now. And I'm attendance. The guild is mostly cordial. Oh, not much happens in G-chat. An occasional hi, goodbye. Not unexpected, but I was hoping for a bit of fun. I'm still feeling the guys out. So raid night approaches. The first few, I'm benched. I'm not needed. I could go back to my own things. The third or so, I get asked to join. It's been a long day at work, but I'm willing and ready to raid with my new guildies. I open the Discord and begin. I gaze over my new friends and am pleased with what I'm seeing. 4 or so out of the 10 of us have gear and titles that indicate that we're veterans of the raids. Probably the same boat as me, just hungry for a nice chill group to farm some bosses with. The rest look stylish. A few of them say they're new to raiding. A few pugs to round us out. I remember you noting, be wary of groups that have different members week to week in the logs. If a guild you're going to join, if there's like 5 different people every week, yeah, that's not a good sign. But no one is giving off impatient vibes. Everything looks good. I think we're happy here. There's a little faffing about. A few people relogged to need classes. Someone forgot to something back in the raid lobby. But we get going and it's almost uneventful. Bosses die. Raid wings are clear. A few deaths here and there, but nothing to report. I've not received a single whisper or outright call out, so I must be doing a resounding, all right, not bad. Wouldn't mind some feedback, but bosses dying should mean that things are good. The Discord chat, though, is a bit silent. They don't talk much. I chalk the first proper guild raid up as, okay, this is good. We've done all right, ladies and gents. Things went well. They're not very chatty, not very friendly, but they're not terrible either. They're not racist. They're not maniacs. And the next raid night, it's mostly the same again. But a few eyebrows are raised at the only officer and friend of Boyer. Plays well, but seems a little highly strung. On edge. A bit snappy when asked about a tactic or boss placement. Not sure if being the only officer all the work is falling on her, she's burnt out, or like this in general. Don't know. I don't want to dig into it. It's only my first raids. And things are proceeding, so I decide to declare this not my problem. And things just carry on. Bosses die. A few eyebrows raised until my 4th or so raid night with these fellas. We start as normal, ready and eager. Wing 3 is picked and summarily crushed. No major issues. A few deaths here and there, but nothing I should be mad about. Red flagging. Mezagis did have one snappy moment, though, during the start. But mainly about who is opening the instance to skip the first boss. She's got the lockout ready. Apparently always has it ready. I don't know. Still not getting involved whenever the operations of the guild are. We've been raiding around 50 minutes at this point. And the team's warmed up ready and raring for more. Official raid time is just 2 hours. So Wing 2 is picked and we begin. Boss 1 is considered the hardest one. Things can go sideways very fast if mistakes are made, but nothing that can't be overcome by a group that works together. Boss 3 deserves a special mention. Not as hard as Boss 1, but still must be respected in order to be cleared. Attacking Boss 1 so early into the raid night seems to be the right call. We cleanly get him down to 5%, and it all starts to fall apart as the boss dies. We claim it as a win. No wipe. Boss 2 is a piece of shit. No one fucking cares. It dies. But then comes the wall. Boss 3 rocks up. And if we were to wipe, I would guess 2 or 3 attempts, but this boss will die to this group. Same as the others from what I've observed. He will be the star of the show. I've spared you the mechanics so you can experience the raid for yourself, as I know you want to. True, and thank you for that. It's also a good time to say a nice thing about Guild Wars 2 combat. Anyone that goes down, ignoring the boss insta-kill moves, can be rallied and get back on their feet, using either their own downstate abilities or teammates going and getting them up. Depending on what they stand in, though, they can rapidly bleed out, and then they're fully killed. Throughout these raids, a few downs are expected. Calls are made. Can we safely get this person up quick? Then go, go, go. The fight begins. We rush in. Eager and ready. Halfway in, I'm thinking this is going so well. This is going so well. We get the boss down to around 8% in our first pull, and then it fails. Not bad. 8% first go. Decent. We could get this on the next one. We go again, and this time, things are failing at 80%. Maybe someone fucked up a mechanic or something? Unlucky, but a little funny, all things considered. Attempts to get back on their feet begin a cascade of deaths as people try and res and die, and then Boyer calls GG. We type /GG to reset the fight and go again. From your teachings, Mike, once more, I am on point during these pulls. CC at the ready. I'm watching for people getting killed so I can get them up. I'm mainly here to provide buffs and boons, so my job is easier, not having to focus on smashing the DPS or anything. For some of the group, it's still clear they're learning what the hell to do, which is normal. We've all been there. Boss is not a pushover, and we all need to get into rhythm. Newer raiders that go down take the time to type out a little sorry in chat and a quick thank you as they get rezzed. Aw, is all I can think. And a quick smile. Smile in chat to reply, but focus and save it for when he's dead, I think. We wipe again. This time a player was low on health before getting hit by a mechanic that leaves a mechanic for other players to deal with. Those who notice run away from it and dodge out. Those who don't die as well. Despite some frustrations, it was interesting to see. How does this raid team react when things don't go well? So far, we've pretty much smashed everything we've been through in my early raid trial, but now things aren't going well. Is the GG called too early, or could we have actually killed it? Do people greed DPS or try to get the downed person back up? Is there a person we need to pull aside, or just basic mistakes as they're learning the fight? As best as I can work out, everyone's making silly errors. There's not a singular fail point where somebody doesn't know what to do, and by this point we've been going for around an hour and 10 minutes. Sometimes it's the pug who drops on the next pull. The newer guy goes down. Once the Boyer clips Mezagus with a mechanic or vice versa. Utterly accidental, surely, but it was funny. The officer does not react too well. But the GG is called and we go again. One pull I go down getting clipped by the boss attack and someone goes down trying to res me. And it was my mistake entirely. Around 5 pulls into the fight. 5 minutes of focus. And we could get back past that 8% that we had on the first try. But I'm beginning to know something. Notice something. Boyer and Mezagus. They don't seem to be officering or leading. We're pulling the boss, getting a certain way into it, failing, rezzing, and just going again. Aren't Boyer and Mezagus our leaders? Aren't they the ones supposed to be guiding us through these difficult times? Maybe I should say something. I'm a trial. I'm the new guy. Do they know the problem and think they can just brute force it? Are they comfortable with this fight and they're just shaking their heads, thinking we got this on the next pull? We had 8%. Can't go. We could kill this. Will I even be heard in text chat? On the Discord, it's mostly silent. Around the 7th pull, though, Boyer pipes up. We need more cleanses. Myself and I assume Mezagus, who is the other healer, are a bit surprised by this. Our cleanses are not what's wiping us at all. Before I reply, Mezagus, in a voice that by now sounds perpetually like it's talking to toddlers. We do not need more cleanses. Our cleanses are fine. The Boyer disagrees and follows up with, yeah, but with more cleanses on your alt, we would have killed it. I'm starting to scratch my head at this. I can't see it making any difference as it's not what's wiping us as I'm keeping an eye on it. But by Joe, Mezagus swaps over, logs in, takes the shortcut, and begins running to us. I, being the guy, run back and boost her with some swiftness. No words are said during this. Tensions are fraught, but that 8% wipe wasn't like that long ago. We've only been here an hour and a half. So we go again. We're starting to lose focus after around the 9th or so wipe, like we all do. Who knows? I'm beginning to autopilot, not really pushing myself. Probably frustration and tiredness. I assume that is what's taking most people out as well. I do, however, continue to function as a resbot. It feels as if I'm spending more time just rezzing people than fighting. I'm sure you'll find out more about this later, but there is a feature you can turn on for some raids in Guild Wars that makes the fight easier. Think of it like the Echo in Final Fantasy XIV. That feature is available for the raid we're in, but Mezagus and Boyer haven't used it. Okay, we're 9 or so wipes deep here. I'm beginning to get frustrated, lose my marbles. Did we just fluke the 8%? It feels like forever ago. So I decide to pipe up and make a suggestion. As the raid trial. Excuse me, everybody. Is it worth turning on easy mode? You can even say it's for me. Smile. A few seconds of silence, then like a banshee. Officer chip on her shoulder Mezagis begins with, "We don't turn that on! Not now, not ever! We do not raid easy mode!" It's at this point my fucks start to disappear. A natural instinct kicks off inside me. And my natural instinct is sarcasm. It's one of my many failings and I'm aware of it. But fuck it, right? I'm still polite in chat, but I'm muttering to myself, well, what the fuck, man? Shouldn't you lead us then or something? Absolutely nothing is said in chat or text. Either no one wants to get their head bitten off or no one is really sure why the fuck we're dying. We wipe again. We get to the 40% phase and things are falling apart. There is progress, but the first pull feels like a pipe dream. The last 40% of this fight, a lot of things happen, and the bombs now target almost every player. It's not too surprising, but every pull, at least 3 people are dying before we get there. It's at this point during one of the pulls that Boyer, probably sarcastically but definitely not helpfully, decides to pipe up in chat. I know what's wiping us, guys. All you need to do is more damage. And do more mechanics. And the boss will die. That's what you want from your leader after the 10th wipe. It's true. It is true. But that's not really what you want from your leader after the 10th wipe of the leader not saying a fucking thing. I get it. I get it. I really do. For the players who are comfortable with this fight, myself included, this should have been dead at least 5 pulls ago. But I'm almost in awe that we're essentially teaching the new guys, here's how you respawn, run to the boss and wipe. Why haven't you killed it yet with this great instruction? There's no pick-me-ups on comms, calls for focus, not even any raging. It's mostly just silent, with Boyer and one other remarking at how much DPS they're doing. Your mate voice, though. Don't blame me. No, man. I start translating everything that Boyer does into your mate voice, Mike. Mate, excuse me. Did you see my DPS on that wipe, though, mate? I did like giga DPS, bro. Our DPS is really fucking good. We're going to do it again, though, because I'm like top of the deeps. As if DPS is even the goddamn problem. One of the DPS pugs leaves the group. And then Boyer DCs. A wipe is called once again. Boyer comes back, we pug another DPS, and we start again. So now I'm a little stuck. Whatever I say is likely to be shot down by Mezagis. Our current strat is either the stars will just align and we need to like stop and think about this. People making mistakes such as these should probably mean we need to take a 5-minute breather and maybe explain what the fuck is happening in this fight. I type up again. Fuck it, right? Hey guys, how about we take a little break? Get a drink, stretch our legs, get some focus back. What do you say? It's a nice reason for me to hit the loo and stretch my knee. Trying to recall here, but we've now been on this boss for maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Is that it? I thought you'd been here for like an hour and a half. You've been pulling for 20 minutes. Oh my god. You're at the end of your rope. You've been here 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes. Should have been dead in 5. All right, I'll take that, Yusha. Should have been dead in 5. That's 6 times longer than this boss needs, goddammit. Jesus Christ. Many minutes of pull, wipe, retry, and it all begins to blur together. Half an hour? We have been raiding for an hour and a half of our 2-hour budget on this boss. Officer Mezagis this time in the chat, but the voice sure does follow through. We raid for 2 hours. We do not need any breaks. True, you don't need a break in a 2-hour-long raid. That's fine. A 2-hour raid that's pre-coordinated, you do not need a break. My bucket of fucks is looking empty. I'm full autopilot. I open a tab, start playing Drama Time. Hello. And choose the tale of Gianluca, the sexy tank. A nice clown fiesta to put into perspective how this could be worse. And then it happens. It happens. The pull starts. And I'm the one targeted with the first mechanic. Every pull so far, I've managed to keep the person targeted with this mechanic alive. Not to toot my own horn, but I'd like to think I'm doing a pretty good job at what I need to do. So how well does this team work when I'm targeted? Possibly. They've been doing the lion's share of CC, and the wipes may have even been my fault. It's doubtful, but I'd like to be humbled if they smash it because I get it wrong. And I want this team to pull together as one to save me from an instant death and save me from the godforsaken boss fight. That 8% pull is a long, distant memory of half an hour ago. I watch with some fascination as my health bar is racing my CC bar. 65% health, 75%. Not great, but manageable. 40% health, 40% CC. Okay. A little more and I'm safe. So I'm guessing this mechanic is that you have to throw a lot of CC at the character or they die. It's like a dot that needs to be broken by friends. Okay. 20%. What, 30% left on the CC? One help, please? One help, guys? 10% HP remaining. If they break me out now, I might go down from the other statuses, but I can be rallied. It's going to be all right. 3, 2, 1. The boss claims his first victim of the pull. They took too long, and I'm just killed. I get to inspect the floor of this pull, either at this point or just before I hear a sheepish boy say, "Sorry about that, mate. You see, I use my CC as part of my DPS rotation, so I didn't have nothing to give you. Sorry, mate." Okay. Sure. I type up. Okay. I go to the loo. When I come back, I've been rezzed. A ready check is still pending, but combat is occurring. Likely they reset, rezzed me properly, aggroed the boss with a simple misclick and started again. I can see it. Wipe number who for fuck knows at this point. The GGs are called again. We pull again, and fuck me, the stars align. We get one death within the first 2 minutes and 9-man him. It's almost insulting how uneventful the boss pull is. After at least 45 minutes of stuck on this one boss, there is no rapturous celebration, just a sort of huh on the Discord. We collect our loot and carry on. Now, here is where I may have broken the social contract and committed quite the social faux pas. This is where I need your decision-making, preach and audience. Okay. There is still 15 minutes left of raid night. But I can't be fucked anymore. My focus is in the toilet. I'm listening about the dinosaur studying magician marina pool builder Gianluca from your drama. Don't blame me. And I just don't want to raid anymore tonight. Maybe we take 5 minutes and pull something else. Maybe. But not really. Boyer then announces, "Let's go to Wing 4 then. There's still enough time to kill it." I still politely don't need to burn any bridges just yet. Type out something along the lines of, "Hey, thanks guys, but I'm tired. I've got to go now. Good luck with Wing 4. I'm leaving." And just leave the group. The rest of the team seems to follow Boyer to Wing 4. I don't know why, after what they just saw, but they do. I send off a whisper as well to Boyer. "Hey man, thank you for the group. Sorry I've got to go." You would instantly be kicked. You can't... You would be instantly kicked from the guild. What judgment do you want me to cast? You can't last 2 hours. I can't be fucked anymore. Done. I mean, that's fair play. If you can't be doing it, you can't be doing it. But yeah, you're out of the guild. That's like... That's guilty and old. After rereading this, it does sound like I'm treating the group as my own personal carry. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I signed up for 2 hours, but I gotta leave after 1 hour and 3/4. And you don't even have to. You just can't be asked anymore. Understandable. We haven't really chatted or done anything friend-like. We just raided. It's a raid guild. Not all raid guilds are your friends. That's the only common defining thing between any of you. You raid. That's it. That's the only thing. There are good guilds, and there are guilds who just get together and raid, and that's it. To be honest, I'm truly in it just for the armor. But funnily enough, the thought of dropping group didn't enter my mind during this fiesta. I'd like to think I'm pulling my weight, but they never told me any feedback, so who knows? I get one whisper back while I'm looking through my inventory before I go AFK. And I don't quite connect the dots with who it is. There's still raid time left. I whisper back. Yep. But I'm spent. I'll probably cause a wipe if I stay. So good luck to you guys. I pause the YouTube video, headset down, and just walk away from my PC. It's such bad form. It's such bad form. Upon returning, I see I've got 2 messages in the pink. The first is from one of the new players. Smile. Thank you for the reses. Aww, comes out almost by itself. I ping back. I don't know what this is called. You guys have told me in the past. It's the fucking... The 3. The eyes with the 3. It's a cat thing. Don't even mention it. Cat face. There you go, cat face. I know the feeling. No one likes to be the one that gets killed. Half your deaths weren't even your fault. The team screwed you up. I got you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, it's still early days, but I do believe I can call this person a friend. Winky face. The second whisper, however, is not like that. It's from Mezagus. I realise she's on an alt for the next raid, which is why I didn't connect the dots as to who was whispering before I went AFK. Now, at this point, maybe it's an olive branch, a commiseration, or an acknowledgement of what I did well, what I could improve on, maybe some feedback. After the first whisper, I was fully primed to call it a bad end to a good raid night. Happens to us all, and forget about it until the next. But this second whisper, my mouth opened slowly as I couldn't quite believe what I was reading. Really? You really can't believe what's about to happen. I don't know what it says, but you really can't believe it. Just didn't enter your head at all. Anyway, so much so, it's the reason I chose to write this tale and accept your guys' input on this. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. Just so you know, there are still 15 minutes of raid left. Yeah. Alright. I'm probably just going to get a good night's sleep, though. I know. I want to go to bed. You know what I mean? So, good luck. Good luck. Just going to get a good night's rest. It isn't polite, I know, not to turn up for the whole raid time. But there's no mention of what the fuck that raid was, why it was, or how it was. There was no meat on these bones, as far as she's concerned. I am in dereliction of duty. It was 2 hours. It was 2 hours. You were stuck on the boss for half an hour. It's nothing. I'm struggling of thinking to way to respond to this. I am truly spent. But I do recall your words during a video about raid recruitment, I believe. You can't force your players to raid. You can't do that. You can, but you don't have to keep them either. I think I'm beginning to see why they have trouble fielding and keeping a team together. You think it's the team's fault? It's infuriating. He's probably French. You think it's the team's fault? That's what you think. They can't hold a guild together because they don't just let raiders just randomly drop mid-raid whenever they feel a bit sleepy. Going now. Bye. What a shitty team. They can't keep the team together. They should allow us to come and go as we please through the 2 hours of coordinated raid time. The 2 hour schedule. It wasn't so much the wipes, Mike. A new time, new teething problems. But what on earth? Why would you keep pulling if it was going badly? It was 45 minutes. I've had longer shits. It's fine. You've not spent a night working on some fucking farm boss for 3 hours. That's the real shit. I start to type my reply, choosing my words carefully. Still don't want to burn this bridge quite yet. Yeah, sorry, I know. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm tired now. I'm not fit to continue raiding. As if my words somehow no longer hold meaning or can be discarded, I received this response. Raids are 2 hours. Sometimes we even go over by 30 minutes. You know this. It is on guild recruitment and the Discord message. Under my breath, I mutter something along the lines of, I'm not reading all that shit like Inspector Poirot. I'm not going to read all the guild recruitment information. So many words. And I'm tired now. I'm not going to read all that. Oh, I'm not reading all the guild requirements, bro. Whatever. I'm sleepy. I'm still confused by all this. You can't be oblivious to what you're doing. Am I missing something? Question mark? Yep. There you are. Did we just do the same raid? Right, I think to myself. I know the raid times. I was at the last 3 raid nights without issue. I'm telling them I'm not fit to raid anymore, and I'll probably cause a wipe. Are you saying you want people who don't feel fit to raid? I would never intentionally cause a wipe, but fuck me. I want to prove a point. The response I got from this was, I expect you to stay until the raid is called. Now, I am at a loss for words at this point. I have to ask people in statics what I should have done here. Is it a serious social faux pas to leave 15 minutes early? Yes! 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 Because everybody else is times being wasted by you. Yes! I don't know how many people are in this raid. I haven't raided Guild Wars 2 yet. But if it was a Mythic team, that's 19 people who are just like, what the fuck are you doing? We all agree to this. Right? If it was Final Fantasy, it's 7 other people who are like, what the fuck are you doing? We've got 10 minutes left. You can't just hang out for 10 minutes and not waste all our time. Yes, it's a social faux pas. In an emergency, sure, everyone understands. If you get sick, fine. But I'm sleepy with 15 minutes left. Yes, it is. Yes, just like being late to the raid is a social faux pas. Leaving early and not turning up on time are both social faux pas because nothing happens until everyone shows up. Jesus fucking Christ. You don't leave 19 people with their thumb up their ass waiting for you to be bothered to show up. And you don't leave them with a thumb up their ass because you can't be asked playing for 10 fucking minutes. 10 minutes of playing a game. I'm too tired. Oh, I'm too tired to play a game. I've been playing games now for 2 hours. I'm exhausted. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. But I'm sleepy. Okay. Should I have toughed it out? Toughed it out? Toughed it out. Can you be a trooper? Can you be a fucking trooper? Can you pull it together for us for just 10 more minutes? Can you do it? Well, actually, no. The answer is no. You should have told them, I can't do this, and you should have left them so they don't rely on you ever again. That's what you should have done. I literally can't be asked raiding anymore. I don't care about you guys. I'm here for my loot. I'm leaving. I'll never be back. Don't rely on me again. That's what you should have done. And then they would have gone, Jesus fucking Christ, and they would have written me a drama story about this person who couldn't raid for 2 hours. What is the decorum due in a static? How many wipes are the correct number of wipes before being allowed to quit? Not a pug. What do you mean? I don't know. What is Echo up to on TOP? 1,400 and they're still chugging along. Still chugging along. After listening to many of your horror drama times, you've really listened to Drama's Time and you still don't get it. Okay. I do. I should have a backbone to send you a message. At that exact point, I did not want to spend another moment in a raid, so I put myself on invisible and did some mindless story content. You continued playing games? You continued playing Guild Wars 2? You left all those people having to find another player and went and played Guild Wars 2. 15 minutes? This story has been 30 minutes, right? This story is 30 minutes. You're going to last 15 minutes. Things have been uneventful since then. 2 days passed due to work commitments. I gingerly log into the Discord. I expect a wall of text, but nothing. In-game, no mail, no whispers. However, a development has occurred. On the weekend, most of the guild is offline, and if I'm missing one raid wing before reset on Monday, I can't get what I want. I hop in, faff around for 20 minutes, but perfection. A pug is starting. I join, and we bang it out in around 25 minutes. Man, pug raids, huh? So they were 20 minutes faster. Okay. I re-hit the raid lobby and notice a raid recruitment from Boyer. He's advertising the same raid recruitment message that caught my eye. And isn't it odd? It's for the same role I'm filling. Strokes chin. You cannot be this dense. It's not even remotely fucking possible that you managed to type this message and email it to us and still not get what's going on. There is no fucking way. There is no fucking way that you managed to type all these words and not figure this out. He's this dense. Of course you're being replaced. You ditched the raid. Of course you're getting out. As a boon player, a buff player for our non-Guild Wars friends, our buffs have a 5-player target cap. So in a 10-man raid, 1 per subgroup is expected. It's possible that he's getting one for the other group as a backup. Fuck me. I did toy with the idea of applying and playing dumb. But with this knowledge that my spot might be going, I shall wait and see what occurs. You're gone. You're out. Just leave. They don't want you anymore. I don't want you anymore. Nobody wants you anymore. Go away. Leave us alone. Let's find somebody. Just go. Just be free. Go. Be free. We set you off. We set you off. Let the bird fly. Let it go. Guilds are not for you. Let me just tell you now, without being too mean, guilds are not for you. Pugging is fine. Come and go as you please. All good. Guilds are not for you. After a few days to mull it over, I could now articulate I was not pissed at the wipes. It truly wasn't a single player's fault. But what I can almost guarantee were a bunch of tired raiders. Yeah, those wipes were frustrating. But the other lack of leadership, acknowledging the reality in front of us, the follow-up whisper, the lack of communication about all this, again. We've had a few nights of lovely raids. I accept it was an off night. So Mr. Preach and Chat, I ask, as a mostly solo player, how much of yourself and your sanity should be sacrificed for the good of the static? It was half an hour! Do you know the damage you've done to us? Listening through this? Like, years of damage. Years, collectively, amongst us all here right now. Years of damage. Massively. You're a solo player. That's fine. It's totally fine, but go be a solo player. Because there's no teamwork in you. There's none there. There's no teamwork in you. It's gone. What is the decor if we need a break or a breather? You shouldn't need a break within a 2-hour raid. Unless there's a fight or something going on. It's being able to go to the bathroom before the raid starts and raid for 2 hours is nothing. I accept my judgment. Guilty. Guilty. Super guilty. Giga guilty. It's whatever. Just gotta say I got a bio real quick. You can do it on a wipe if you really desperately need to go to the toilet. No one's forcing you to piss in a bottle. Go to the toilet. But, I mean, it's one of those things that you just want to crack on with. I need a smoke every hour or I fall apart. French and guilty. Oh, that was horrible. That was absolutely horrific. Oh, my God. Oh, God. That was horrific. And you know what? I feel like I've played with you before as well. I really do. Like, the amount of people that we've recruited over the years who just turn up late and don't see the problem. It's like, we're all waiting for you. It's like, yeah, but I slept in. We're literally all waiting to start because of you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You slept in. Well, you know. And you're late like every week. So you always sleep in or what? I don't know. I'm fucking angry now. That's a good start to my weekend. Well, I'm going to love you, leave you. That is the end of drama time for today. We're half an hour over time. But we couldn't leave that one there. The world first race for Destiny 2 just started. Awesome. We'll have a check-in with that over the weekend. We might have a stream over the weekend. The sun is shining here, which I think Emma said before she's going to her event tomorrow. However, I have a lot of man work to do, so it'll be in the evening if it's at all. All right? So I'm not promising anything. I might just want an evening where I just don't do anything. I think I'm allowed. I think I'm allowed, if I'm being honest with you. I think I'm allowed to just sit in my underwear and watch a movie. I might do that. I really might. But other than that, we'll see. See how I feel. I'm too tired. I've got man work. I've hired a van. I've got to move couches and mold. I'm playing with mold all weekend. Playing mold. But you guys have been wonderful. Been awesome. Please have a great weekend. I'll see you all again on Monday. Lot to do. Bye, everybody.